Let's start, man. We're going to get judgments anyway, so why do we even bother, right? Okay, I'm going to add some more energy. I've been recording the tests in a very low tone. So I just noticed that I'm not looking into the camera, and now I'm going to look into the camera and also increase the energy. Okay, let's go for it. So, this is going to be my first episode of the series that I just thought about during my today's meditation. It's going to be called The Gifts of Pure Consciousness. So I got this idea recently because I have noticed that I'm able to, understand the Sanskrit in a very different manner nowadays. Even though Sanskrit is something I haven't learned ever in my life before. There was an opportunity back in school days when I was in eighth grade, and I was told that I can choose between Sanskrit and Hindi, but I never chose Sanskrit back then, and Hindi is what I've opted for back when I was in eighth grade. So, what is happening? Nobody knows basically the root causes of every single positive change that I have noticed in my journey of consciousness. It's very pure, it's very valuable, and it is something that I want a lot of people to experience. I had so much to write, so much to put in Instagram on my Cosmic Inner Peace page, but I noticed that it's not enough. There is so much that I want to share, which is only possible through a video or a YouTube channel. So I've been shy. I've never spoken on camera before. I'm just trying to be as blunt as possible, just raw as possible. I don't mind judgments. Anything is fine. My journey is very important for a lot of people to know from various different aspects that are very essential for you to have a life of meaning, basically. Otherwise, we all chase the same things at some point, make wrong decisions, make blunders that are even irreparable. So, I have done that as well in the past, so many mistakes. But learning, taking accountability, and being able to apply knowledge, first of all, gain knowledge and apply it to our life, it's a whole different journey. You need a lot of time and uh, the ability to sit with yourself, sit with your feelings, to be able to uh, grasp what is wrong with you, what you can do to change and be better for the people around you. And I was thankfully I was not in a very bad state. I was in a recovery position. I was healthy enough. My mind was still healthy enough to recover back, bounce back to a level where I can feel whole again. It was a lot of trouble these 10 years of my life, last 10 years, including an illness that I got. I was diagnosed with DFSP. It's called dermatofibrosarcoma petroburans. It's a rare form of cancer. This was detected back in 2016, around the end of 2016, and then in February 2017, I had two surgeries to patch it up. Um, so they cleared off an area around my neck. Consider it something like an infected area of your body. So they had to scrape it off in a way that it's just raw scraping. You can literally see a wound, an oval shaped wound of this size, uh, where I had that skin defect. So they clear off the margins. They call it negative margins. We just clear off the negative margins and make sure that the cancer doesn't grow back. So these are some of the words that they have been mentioning during my appointments. So now I have a patch on my surgery area, the main area where I had that uh, sarcoma, and it was patched with a full thickness graft from my hand. And the scar, I don't know if you can see properly, is from my thigh. So these things happened uh, in a way that it was manageable. So there is a lot coming in the future. I will discuss what happened exactly and how we took care of it, uh, and what is my condition right now. Uh, right now, the condition is completely fine. This cancer has no impact on my quality of life. It's just perfectly normal. I'm at a very healthy state right now, considering my age, uh, regardless of the cancer. I just have to do one scan per year to make sure the negative margin, or what do you call that, lymph nodes and other things that can be found out in an MRI scan. They just make sure that the scanning is done on a regular basis, and they can just let me know you're still cancer free. So I'm not sure. Very rare chances of it coming back, but it has been taken care of. Okay, coming back to consciousness journey. So this is one of the most life altering events that happened in the last 10 years. So I thought of bringing that up first. As I don't have any script, I'm just thinking out loud what I can talk about. And the next thing that I'm going to talk about is a little bit fast forwarded to 2020 pandemic. So during the pandemic, I was very, very unhealthy in ways that I never took care of my body. Tried working out at home, tried purchasing a bike to, go around the city and just do some cardio, some work. So I can now in 2025, I can sense the patterns that I used to, resort to for me to choose a route that my brain said is easier for you. So I was not in a habit of doing the hard things, which is one of the most important things that you would have to learn in your life to move forward to a level which is not just base human low vibration existence. We are moving to a higher consciousness level, which is living like a superhuman in a way, in a different realm altogether. So there's a lot of work that has to go into reaching to that level. And I'm still shocked why I feel that I got to a level where I can teach this even. I am definitely feeling a lot of changes in me. This is not me. I am a very shy person. I would never even talk on a camera with so much confidence. I know it's not at par, but again, it's my first episode. I have no idea how far I'm going to go. But now it feels like I have a theme and a lot to share. So I'm just going to go like put 3 episodes a week probably. That's what's in my mind right now. So let's see. So I just compared my time during COVID, my health habits, my healthy coping strategies back then versus coping strategies now. So back then, those coping strategies used to resort on fleeting pleasures like let's eat some good food, let's just not do something, just watch TV all day and things like that. So nothing productive, right? Nothing productive in a way. My definition of productivity is always going to equate to some sort of growth. If watching 7 episodes in a row doesn't do anything for my growth, I would not do that. Now I don't even watch TV. I don't know what to watch basically for how long because I have so much information to process based on whatever non-fiction books I read. So I don't really have time to watch something that has already been created because I need to spend time to create something that I have the ability to create for the world. So I don't know what to watch on TV anymore. But I do write every day. Whatever information I hear through podcasts, if it relates to my life, I take notes, scribble through some details, then I research a little bit to find out what all changes happen in your body when you actually reach to that consciousness level. If you start feeling purified from within after you feel awakened after a significant amount of time that you spend practicing yoga. And yoga is a very, very deep word in a way that doesn't really relate to moving your body. It has a lot of things going on at the back end beyond body, mind, and soul, even. body, mind, and soul basically works in unison somehow when you do your practices properly, do your sadhana, and come to a level where you can feel whole again. You start breathing in a different way. You start feeling different about a lot of decisions that you have made in the past. You start feeling that why was I not this way back in that year, 10 years ago or 15 years ago? My life would have been a lot different compared to what it is right now. So those kind of, these are all my raw thoughts, and that's why I'm not even afraid of sharing any information that I have right now. It is something that's hard because I know it's very hard. So I'm not even sure if anybody would try to attempt the way it worked for me. And I'm not even saying that the results are going to be consistent. It's just a journey that I want to share, which will at least give you a hope that there is something else other than listening to people saying you are not in the right state of mind. Then you should talk to a therapist, you should do this and do that for your personal improvement. This is just beyond any kind of regular suggestion that anybody would give you. This is not something, why don't you go to gym twice a week instead of just once in a while in 15 days. This is not that. Discipline is the default of this advice basically. So you need to have discipline by default. I mean, I cannot start from how to be disciplined. This is not about that. Discipline is a given if you really want to reach to that level. We are talking about realms here, lower realm to higher realm. So this is obviously no joke, is what I'm trying to say. And there will be rigorous practices that you might have to do. Starting, I mean, I'm a yoga oriented speaker basically, so I would always start with things that I did. Of course, there are other hard things that you can learn and implement in your life that would give you the same confidence that I got after I attempted the hard things. So one of the hard things that I wanted to talk about was doing a hot class in a hot room with humid environment. It's very sweaty. You have to move your body along with your breath. A very fast paced yoga class, which doesn't even allow you to have enough breaks in between. You can't even have too much water in that room. So I'll talk a lot about all these things in the future. But yeah, this is one of the hard things that I started doing. I used to run, I used to go to the gym, but nothing was giving me that consistency because I experienced a lot of highs and lows where when I was going to run and used to work out. Highs and lows in a way that I would run too much one day and then for the next 2 days I won't even do anything because I ran so much, my legs are tired, things like that. So excuses not letting me get enough motivation to run again this third day or fourth day. I've tried doing 100 miles a month. That went well, but again, we don't know how much pressure we're putting on our legs without proper stretching. And obviously, I was not into yoga back then, so I didn't know anything about how much I should be stretching before going for a run and after coming back from the run. So obviously, it was not a very well planned running schedule. So coming back to hard things. So back in March 2023 is when I started uh, doing a hot yoga class. In our studio, we call it hot prana. We are also trying to work on an app to make sure this is available to more people in the future. And when I started this, it was one of the most hardest things I've done because I couldn't breathe. We take our breath for granted. Just yeah, I'm breathing, and you don't even know that you're breathing. You're just doing so many activities. It's just not part of your awareness on a day-to-day basis. But when you walk into a hot room and when you are having trouble breathing while the yoga teacher is asking you to do different difficult poses, it's just it just changes your perspective altogether. I need more air. I need to breathe properly. I was all right before I entered this class. So why can't I go back to that? So some of the raw thoughts that I had was, should I continue this? Is it going to hurt me? Am I going to be dizzy? should I leave the room after half an hour? Should I do one more pose and then leave? So these were some of the thoughts that I had in my first class. And now when I enter the class, now when I have 2 years back, this is that was April, sorry, March, end of March is when I got my membership, but officially I started doing it in April. So April 2023, 2 years back versus now, my average heart rate in that 1 hour of class is 120, somewhere around that right now. And I remember when I used to do regular hot prana classes, my heart rate was average heart rate was 150 roughly. So you imagine how much lung capacity has improved just through breath work. Breathing is not supposed to be taken for granted. You are living because you're breathing. I think this is, best way I can summarize how important breathing is. When I'm saying breathing is important, it also applies to all of the organs in your body. It it does a lot of things within your body. I'm not anatomically very strong, so I don't know much about what happens within. I don't know organ names properly. I mean, I can't go too much detail into medical science, but I know blood flows through your body. Obviously, when you breathe, when you are struggling, when your heart is pumping even more to send more blood to, it's a good thing. It's also something that improves your heart health, and your mind basically works better when your heart pumps more blood throughout your body. So it's a lot of action going on in your body when you're doing activities, any kind of cardio. And the hot class that I'm talking about, it's like a full body workout. Cardio is just one part of it, but it's like full body stretch. And whatever you do in that class does a lot to your spiritual journey. And when I say spiritual journey, it has a lot to do with parts of your body that are not even anatomically described. So I'll get more information later. I have written it on one of my articles on Medium. It talks about the spine. I don't want to go too much into detail because I don't want to blurt out half knowledge information. I'll try to memorize. But I can also put it on my iPad, a little bit of review, because I don't have time to script and get things very organized. Putting these two lights, camera, and this mic is pretty sweet for me. And then just talk and let you guys know what I have planned for these upcoming episodes. So for now, I think we would wrap up. I don't even want these episodes to go too long. What time did I start? It was 10:40. Yeah. So roughly around 20 minutes I've spoken. So I don't want these to be too long as well. I'll try to wrap up the episodes within 30 minutes. Couple of points I've summarized before we wrap up this first episode of Gifts of Consciousness. I'm going to talk about books. Majorly, books are very, very important from every angle in your life. Be it spiritual books, non-fiction books. Even if you read fictional, I don't mind. But again, it depends how much it is stimulating for you. If it stimulates your mind, if it keeps your vagus nerve active, somehow you feel very positive about reading fictional books also, that's also fine. But I mentioned vagus nerve because a lot of the activities that resonate with your soul, your vagus nerve is stimulated, and that's one of the most important nerves in your body, which is also stimulated during a yoga session, also during meditation. So all these things are very well connected, but nobody has actually dissected these properly yet, based on their life experiences. So I think it's great opportunity for me to share how much I have grown as a person from the times where there was intense stress to the time when there is no stress at all. I don't even remember anybody telling me that I have no stress. It's a very long journey, guys. It's just amazing how your thoughts can align with your body, mind, and soul. It's just perfectly normal to even expect these things to happen to you. It just sounds impossible, but peace is a destination that is reachable. I have experienced that. I'm not saying this because I have unlocked, or how to call that, mastered anything. I don't think I've mastered anything. I'm just trying to put things out for the audience because I see a lot of pain everywhere. I'm talking to different friends, I'm talking to different relatives, and finding out that everyone's going through something. So it's our responsibility as a human being to let people know that this is something probably you can do. This happened to me, and this is how it changed my life. Probably you can do it. It is obviously not a forced thing also, but one thing is very important here. Your problem has to be extremely intense for you to choose this path. It has to literally grind you to a level where you don't know what is going on. You should feel that loss to be able to choose this journey, because it's already very hard. And then when you're not motivated enough to do things to get to that higher realm, then it's just a loop that you can never get out of. So consistency and discipline, as I said, it's a given, you have to have it, but please come with consistency also. Because if there is this discipline and consistency part is not there, these are not two same words. I'll explain more in detail why consistency and discipline are different. It is very important for you to be serious about it. Because if I keep talking that this happened to me, and if that doesn't happen to you the way it happened to me, I don't want to take that accountability that I am not giving you enough details. I'm just being raw here for every single thing. If you are serious, and if you really feel that this is something that you can do on a consistent basis, then only even listen to this. Otherwise, there's no point. It's just going to be a lot of information that you won't be able to get benefits out of. But I'm right now, my ballpark value out of 10 people, I think 6 of you will definitely be able to notice the changes. That's somehow, that's a ratio that's coming in my head. Because problems, as we see, as we notice the changes in the world these days, it's so uncertain that problems are just at every other corner, in families, in relationships, in friendships, and at workplaces too. Not even able to put the food on table these days. It's just that hard. Everything's just very difficult these days. I don't even know how to put it. It's a very sad state of the country, of different countries. That I won't even talk about a single country. Every country has some problem. There are some countries where people are very happy, but of course we don't know much about it, and it's just anecdotal evidence. Because for me, happiness is peace in motion. I've heard this from Naval Ravikant in one of his podcasts, and that just resonated with me so much. Because right now, as I said, I have no stress. I feel peaceful, right? So when I'm peaceful, I'm able to make myself happy. Because when I'm at peace, I know what I want to achieve in my life, what I'm interested in. So I'm able to pursue those things because I'm peaceful. If I'm stressed out about things that are bothering me here, which are not necessarily even related to my passion, I would never have the ability to get out of this mess and then chase my passions or whatever things I'm interested in. You have to come to a level where you have little to no stress, to come to a level of peace, and then chase the goals that align with your values. All that I know right now, everyone wants to make more money to have a more comfortable life, because obviously little things are getting expensive. Say you want to put your kids to school, then you need to have a comfortable life first to be able to give that life to your kid, and then go from there, raise him with uh, at most comfort as possible, right? As much comfort as possible. So obviously everyone wants to make more money. So 9 to 5, even if people are saying that I'm happy with my 9 to 5, they also want more money. And more money doesn't really mean that you have to grind to a level where you don't have time for yourself. My definition of making more money equates to the peace aspect first. More money will only come when you are actually chasing your dreams, not working for somebody else's creation, a company or whatever, right? For example, chasing your dreams could be starting your own company or writing a book or anything of that sort, which resonates with your personality. And we all have that. Somewhere or the other, we found out what we are more interested in, but we just didn't get any time to chase that properly. uh, Societal expectations, marriages, kids, everything, the milestones kept coming in the way for you to even think of what you are capable of doing outside of this societal norm that most of us are living through. So, coming to a place of little to no stress, coming to a place of peace to be able to do something with your life. So, that is my definition of happiness. You'll, and I'm not even saying that that dream and everything is getting fulfilled, only then you will be happy. There is no guarantee. Okay. Happiness is today, it is in the peace that you have found in this moment. There is no guarantee that when you have that company or when you chase that dream and when you get that, only then you will be happy. This is the worst of the expectation that you can keep with your life, keep in your life with yourself. Happiness is today, it's in present, and it is something that needs to be cultivated through different practices that actually align with your body, mind, and soul. Otherwise, just when I have this, I will get that is conceptually very wrong. Don't even I don't even know how to explain this properly, but it's a very common misconception. People are Were always thinking like this, and people are currently thinking like this, and they will always think like this unless they know there is another way. And this is the another way that we are going to talk about. We are not here to make people happy. We are here to make people conscious. Take them from a level of low vibrational frequency to a high vibrational frequency through consistent actions on a disciplinary basis. Otherwise, uh, whatever we will discuss here is not going to be of any use. So, discipline and consistency are the two major components of whatever practices that I'm going to suggest. So, commitment is definitely very important, and you would have to show up for yourself. It's you against you every single day. If you can convince yourself that it is something that I can do to take my life to a level where I'm functioning as a superhuman in a way, a high value human with utmost purity, qualities, grace, and dignity, all these things inculcated into yourself, living a purpose driven life as opposed to just following the herd or taking decisions and doing things based on what others are doing or what the society is suggesting. So it's a different journey altogether. Very difficult milestones. Some might achieve, some might not. But we'll cover everything. We'll cover losing weight. We'll cover different type of breathing techniques. We'll also cover what kind of cardios you can do. We'll talk a lot about health, fitness, muscles, um, probably supplements. I take omega 3, vitamin D, and magnesium. So these are some of the techniques that I've developed through my practices and learnings through social media. Obviously, I did my own research too. I just don't blindly follow what's there on online. You have to do your own research based on what suits your body. Okay, so whatever time it is right now, we'll just cut it short. I'm planning to do 30 minutes, and that's what. we'll do in the next episode as well. I'm going to do some editing for this one. Let's see how it goes, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.